Hello model car fans, welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ralph, and this week I'm going to update you on one of my big projects here, and one that I showed you briefly and got excited and got moving on. So this is my 69 Road Runner 446 barrel car, the A12 package car, and this is being built from a Johan kit. If you haven't been following along, or if you need to catch up on it, there's a playlist on it where I got some of my builds, and you can see all the videos of my builds, and you can watch them from the introduction and the first update. This will be the second update on it. You can get caught up on it if you haven't already. This is where I'm trying to build this one right here. This is my reference here. Not a glossy photo. This is a nice one I found online and printed it. It's not on photo paper, which is why it doesn't quite look quite right, but it's a nice motivation for me, and I've had this in the box from 2014 because this is one of the few I actually knew what color I wanted to build it as. So it's been in the box, but I had a lot of fitting issues, which I have solved. So I sat down, and after getting all of the fitting issues, so my last video I talked about getting the interior to fit, moving the dash down and grinding all of this out, because this is the Road Runner interior from Model Haas, which I've been asked a lot of times why I'd use the Model Haas interior, and this one, it's much more accurate to the actual Road Runner. So if you look closely, there is no console. It's a manual tranny, 4-speed, the bench seat of course, and then they carved the pattern on it, which is pretty accurate to the Road Runner, and then they did the door panels as well, which a lot of this, the door panels are kind of taken from the AMT kit and redone a little bit, and they did a really nice job. So the door panels are kind of like from the AMT kit, and it says 69 Road Runner here, Model Haas, and then the dash and a Road Runner steering wheel, which I think that's actually taken right from the Monogram kit, and it's a really nice interior. But if you know the Johan kits, a lot of the reissues actually have 70 interiors, so they have the high back bucket seats as the same interior that's in the Johan Superbird. But a lot of the reissues, the originals have bucket seats in the console, and it's actually the GTX interior with the GTX door panels. That's what the originals have, and I have a couple of those that I have built. One as a GTX and one as a Road Runner. And I believe I featured the Road Runner, but you really can't see the interior. But since I have it out, and I completely finished this one, painted it, and just a little bit of chrome trim with the Multi-Low pen, and just decked it up. And I'm liking the way this is, even though I don't really have any flocking or any carpet or any serious detail to it. I just pretty much as is. But she came out really nice, and really happy with that. But she fits now. So, and that's what a lot of my struggles were, moving a few things around, shaving a few things, cutting it. But this was not designed to be used with the AMT chassis. It was designed to be used with the Johan chassis, and mainly meant as an upgrade kit to the Johan if you want to get their car and make the A12 package 6-barrel car from theirs. So that's what it's meant for. But here's the body, and it's been completely painted. So whole nother layer of paint. I didn't strip the body, I just basically cleaned it up, put another coat on it, and then as you can see I put the decals on it. The decals are looking really good. Those are from Keith Marks, and I really like the way they are, other than having to buy a couple of sets because unfortunately they're not cheap anymore. So I'll see if that'll focus in on it. But really like this green. But that's all the decals are right there. And then there's one in the very back, the little bird in the very middle. The Road Runner, I probably should have sanded that off, but I never did, because the decals do not lay over this. They're a completely different, they're the same font here, so you can see they're much smaller, and these were already sanded off and gone. So, and the decals look really good. But this one was still there, and I left it there, and I probably, in retrospect, should have sanded it off, but I didn't. But I'll foil that, and then got the bird right there in the middle. Everything else fits. I made sure the taillights fit. And now I painted these with the Multi-Low. This is the other side. And I may just cover them in bare metal foil. But painted that, and it's pretty much ready to go in. And I cheated. I marked on the side which one's right and left, because They are specific, but you can, if you cram them in there, get them in the wrong sides. So body's clear coated, decals are on, this thing's ready for foil, and I even started painting the headliner black, but the rest of it is visible through parts of the chassis, so it's got the over restored green paint job. And also there's been some sanding on this, some fitting, some shaping up here, which you saw in my other video where I had changed all of that up, but it's been painted and clear coated. I just need to do all the detail painting again on the firewall, the wires and stuff, and it should go together pretty good now. But test fitted it, and it's fitting now. And also, this was black before, which was actually incorrect. This K-member should be black, and the torsion bar is black or steel. But these actual frame rails are supposed to be body color. So this whole thing has been shot, stripped and repainted in the same green, and cleared. So all of this is pretty much ready to start going together, other than all the detail painting. And this is the paint I use. This is Scale Finishes Glossy Enamel Rally Green, which was a special order color for Plymouth in '69. It was a mid-introduction color. But that's what I've painted it with, which is my second bottle, because I've did one layer and then had to strip that and then redo it. So a couple bottles of paint. And then the hood, I did some sanding to clearance it a little bit to get the front to sit down a little bit more. So this is ready for another layer of semi-gloss black, but haven't been too concerned about actually painting this. I still have to mount the hood pins to it, but I'll paint it and mount the hood pins to it and get the decals on the sides of the scoop here, the 446 barrel decals that go on the side. So, and then the wheels are painted. These are from Model Haas as well. They're part of this kit. Wish this kit was still available, but it's not. But there's all four of them painted. And then the tail lights, and here's the tires, the red line tires, which these fit the body really nicely. They fill at the wheel wells. And these are 426, which these are still available from Model Haas tires. These are still available, so I'm glad that the tires are still available, but unfortunately the rest of the line isn't, because that's pretty much one member of Model Haas, the son, he took that over. Another look at the body. What a teaser. I'm really excited about getting this one done, but I've got a bunch of them in similar stages. So, and here's the 446 pack motor, which I used the chassis and the engine from the 70 Super B kit, because that one came with the 446 pack in pretty much all the variants of the AMT kits. But one of the latest AMT 69 GTXs actually has all of the motors in it. So I ended up with one of those in my stash from a collection, even though I had plenty of them. And to my surprise, that one has just about all of the parts from all of the variants in it. So pretty cool that it's a little more readily available to get this particular engine, even though you can get carbs and intakes from Fireball Model Works and everything. But I've got two 6-pack engines going at the same time. But this one's really good, and I'm really happy with it. And I'll start detail painting the chassis and start getting it. So this will go together fairly quickly, since everything seems to be fitting, other than the distributor is kind of a pain there. So I pinned it, because it really didn't have much of a mounting point, and it really didn't have a place to glue on. So I had drilled a hole and pinned it, so that's ready for that to go in. And I do need to paint the cap tan and not black. So to be correct, on a Mopar, this cap should be tan. So I haven't done that, but I will do that. And speaking of Road Runner and correct, you got to have the beep beep horn. And watch your instructions, because this is the actual horn, but many of the kits actually tell you that this is the wiper motor. The wiper motor's on the chrome tree. It's not this part. This is the horn. But if it'll focus on it, yeah, there you go. You can see that the beep beep decal is included in the Keith Marks decal set. And so I got that on her. It's kind of a pain to trim that out and glue that in place, but it's there. And then last, some of the things in my kit, my buildup had this master cylinder on it, which is wrong. It's actually a monogram one. It does fit, but it's really not correct. That was there. And then here's the air cleaner base that I'm using from the 69 monogram Super B kit. So I use that, but using the AMT air cleaner lid. I don't have any of the decals on that, and she's going together. But it's kind of funny. I clear coated this and a couple other of my bodies. I've got a few of them shot and cleared, but I think I got 5 of them in final assembly, and I keep bouncing around between all of them. But it's getting hard, so I'll have a whole bunch of them done almost at the same time. But they're all in real similar stages. But I'm really happy with the way this one is turning out and the colors and everything. So I got to start foiling this one and putting it together. I still have to polish this glass. I have not polished this glass, but there's a good hour on one of my weekends where I'll sit down and I'll actually do that. But need to polish that glass, start getting the bare metal foil on this body, and she'll be going together and be really looking good. And so excited about this, especially, you know, this one's been stalled for so long. But most of the projects that I'm getting over and building on my channel here are stalled old projects that have just been sitting there, and there's been a couple of them that have come my way and I had to build them. But that's kind of enough on this one, and I'll keep working on this and my other ones here. And stay tuned and subscribe if you like the content. Really appreciate it, and all your comments and everything. You guys, you have a wonderful Saturday, and I'll see you next weekend.